The succulent pictured here is Haworthiopsis attenuata, a member of the genus Haworthiopsis, formerly Haworthia. In this lecture, I'll be talking about Haworthia and Haworthiopsis, since many species that were formerly in the genus Haworthia have recently been moved to the genus Haworthiopsis. Haworthia has been subjected to a lot of taxonomic debate, and you will still find a lot of Haworthiopsis called Haworthia in many places. We'll start with Haworthiopsis. Haworthiopsis is characterized by stiff, opaque, linear leaves in rosettes that may be basal in nature or columnar. These leaves will have white spots, or tubercles, arranged in various patterns on the back of the leaves. The species pictured here, Haworthiopsis attenuata, can be differentiated from some of the others because it has tubercles on the top and bottom of the leaves. Haworthiopsis looks very similar to some aloes. If you recall from the aloe lecture, one of the key ways to tell aloe and Haworthiopsis apart is that aloe has teeth along the margins and Haworthiopsis does not. Be sure not to confuse the tubercles on the leaf margins for teeth. The tubercles on some species may be joined together to form horizontal bands. And you can see that the form and leaf shape may vary a little bit. Some may be more elongated, and some may be shorter and more squat. And some may be more columnar, with the leaves kind of spiraling up the stem. On some, like Haworthiopsis limifolia, the tubercles may be the same color as the rest of the leaves, giving it a concolorous, ridged appearance. Here is another columnar type, Haworthiopsis renoirdii, that has very short, fat leaves with tubercles going down the leaf in vertical rows, with no tubercles on the surface of the leaf. Now we'll talk about the genus Haworthia. One of the key ID features of Haworthia is the translucent epidermal windows on the top of the leaves. In the wild, Haworthia species are often situated in very harsh environments where they're buried in sand or rocks, and it's commonly thought that these windows allow more light to enter the plant so they can photosynthesize even if they're partially underground. However, recent research has suggested that the reasons that Haworthia and Peperomia and some other window-forming succulents form these windows is much more complex. I've included a link at the bottom of this page for you to read more about it. The leaf arrangement on this Haworthia is distichous, meaning that the leaves are arranged in two ranks or rows on opposite sides of an axis. As a side note, the specific epithet of this species, truncata, is referring to how the tips of the leaves look abruptly cut off or truncated. Here you can see that distichous arrangement really nicely. If you were to look at this from above, it would almost look like a cross or a plus sign. Other Haworthia species will form a rosette. And some may form offsets, like Haworthia cooperi. You can see 4 distinct rosettes on this plant, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. Here's a close-up of the leaf apices of Haworthia cooperi. You can see that this species has green striations going up the length of the windows and leaf tips, and the apex of the leaf is aristate, meaning that there is a bristle at the top. Some Haworthia species may have smooth leaf margins, like Haworthia cooperi, and others may have teeth on the margins with a more elongated leaf shape, but the windows will help you differentiate them from aloe, that has a similar leaf shape. Note that this species also has an aristate leaf apex with that bristle at the top. Some Haworthias may have intricate white tessellations on the epidermal windows. And just to make it extra confusing, there are some Haworthiopsis that have windows as well. But you can differentiate these from Haworthia by the leaf shape and form and the fact that the windows are on the inside of the leaf instead of the entire leaf tip. Haworthias and Haworthiopsis are some of the most easy to grow succulents and are great for beginners since they can tolerate low indoor light better than many other succulents. However, they do like full sun or bright direct to indirect light, and when grown in bright light, many exhibit gorgeous colors and turn pink, brown, or even orange in some cases. They prefer a well-drained soil. And this concludes our discussion of Haworthia and Haworthiopsis.